They are called the Waorani. They live near the border of Ecuador and Peru. We think of them as primitive, but very rare that you would find a primitive tribe. Everybody got some contact with civilization, but they still retain their roots and their traditions. It showed me another way of life, just how hard it is to be out there in the jungle. Here, food is so readily available, but in the jungle, it is so hard. They could go many days without food. But when you think of tribe, you think of community. They cook a meal, everybody comes, they catch something, they share with everybody. And for the tribe you're talking about, I love talking about them all the time, every time. They are called the Waorani. They live near the border of Ecuador and Peru in the Amazonian jungle. And that area is called Yasuni. It is one of the richest biodiversity spots in the world. You go there, you see all kind of animals, incredible birds everywhere, caimans. So how did we get there, and how did we secure the deal? Usually there was one guy from the tribe, but he had gone to town. He had gone to the nearby city, to study, and he kind of knows city life and all that. And he became a tour guide in that city for like a year or so, but then he went back to the jungle to live with his people. But he still had contact, so WhatsApp. So
you found him somehow? How do you find these people?
The thing is, other YouTubers have gone there.
Oh, I see.
So that's the thing. So I would reach out to other YouTubers. Not a lot of people, though, like only a handful. So I would reach out to the YouTubers, and I would pray that they would answer my email. Because it's like they get so many emails every day, just also scams. But, one guy returned to me, like, this is the guy. If you go to the city, just ask for him, reach out to him. So I texted him. So I waited for like 4 days, no text back. I was like, oh my God, is this even the right number? And then I think one day he went to town, he got reception, so he texted me back. So we secured the deal. I told him I would be there with my brother on this day and this date. Please pick us up. Please. I don't even know who you are, but please pick us up. And he said he would take us in for a fee, and we can stay at his house, stuff like that. So we flew from Orlando to Quito, the capital of Ecuador. And from there, we flew to a small town on the edge of the Amazon in Ecuador. It's called Ecoca. And from there, we met with his family, and he even had the chief coming out to greet us. And they were on this long boat, motorized canoe, and we just started going shopping around in town. We bought them supplies, we bought them gifts, we bought them fruits, we bought them food, some rice, because going to these tribes, you got to bring them gifts, you got to bring offering. And that was my first tribe, and it's still like the craziest tribe I've ever done. It's incredible. So we drove for 3 hours from town. Literally, we don't know these people, okay? And we drove from town.
That's the brave part I'm talking about.
We had no idea who these people were, all right? Before we started the trip, in town we tried these, larvae?
Mm.
Yeah, the coconut larvae. So they are this big. It's huge. They're like twice the size of my thumb. And we had them. It was incredible. It was so good. I never had
Really?
It was so good. It was like
You're so brave.
I know. A little bit crazy. It tasted like butter, like salted butter.
But they were all eating it like it's normal, right?
It's normal. It's a common food. It's a really common and rich source of protein in the Amazon. And my people, Vietnamese, we eat it too. And the Thai people, it's not common, but we eat it. So after having lunch, after having larvae, we got in the car. We drove for like 3 hours deep into the jungle. And on the way there, we saw a lot of these loggers, and we saw a lot of these gas and natural gas. What is it? What's the word for it? Miner, not miner. They're
The
there.
oil rigs, they were
The oil
the-
rigs, and they're there to extract gas from the Amazon. It's really rich over there. So we drove for 3 hours, got to a riverside, this docking site, and then we had to check in with the local government. So they have to know, okay, who's going to that town, that community. So we put our names down, our age, where we're from, our passport number. And then we got on the boat. We loaded the cargo and everything onto the little canoe. And I met the chief. I was like, okay, hi, chief. I'm like, okay. They don't speak English. They speak a little bit of Spanish, but they speak their own language. It's called Waorani, right? And then we just started going upstream. And I was like, hey, how long is this going to take? And he's like, 6 hours. 6 hours. I was like, 6 hours, 16 hours on this. So it was incredible. So we did it in 2 days. So we did the first 6 hours.
Were you prepared for that?
No, I was not prepared for that. I didn't have. It was crazy. So we did the 6 hours on the boat in the first day, and then we stopped at the first village. The Waorani village. It's very small. Only one big house and maybe 3 or 4 smaller houses. So you have like 3-4 family. And the chief, he lives in the big house. And the big house is where people gather and have talks and eat and have communal events and things like that. And then I met this one guy. He was probably 76 years old, and he's literally butt naked. His kids are butt naked. His wife had a little leaf thingy to cover her private parts, and that was it. But I saw him. I've seen him before on National Geographic covers. And on Discovery Channel, he's very, very famous. Scientists have come in there and studied with him. They hunted with him before. But now that I see him, he's an old man. His eyes are foggy now. He can't really see very well.
Maybe he has cataracts.
Probably. And I just heard that he just recently passed away, probably 9 months ago. So that was my first exposure to it. However, this tiny village was a little bit closer to town, so they had like gas stove and things like that. They have like a little small generator. They I don't know what's the word. They modernized a little bit, right? So we stayed there for a night. We slept in a tent, in a little tiny tent. And then the next morning, we loaded our cargo up to the boat again, and we went up the river again. And we were on that boat for about more than 14 hours. 14 hours on that boat, just up the river. Yeah, the whole family's on there. Me, my brother, the chief, and then the whole family of about 7-8 people, and they have babies and kids, and everybody was on that boat. It was incredible.
That boat wasn't that big.
No.
You all just squished on there.
Yeah, we just sitting on there. And they would give us food. We would have lunch on the boat with them. We bought them some beer. They loved it. They loved beer. And then we had beer on it. There would be a guy, a little kid, about 10-year-old. He would sit at the front of the boat just to spot out like debris and floating logs and branches and things like that. And there's a guy in the back with the motor. He just, he follows the cues of this one kid in front. So 14 hours. And then we arrived at the village, at the community. It's called Bameno community. We arrived at 7 o'clock. And and right away the whole village came out to greet me. And then, oh my God, it was like, okay, everybody's butt naked. Okay. And
You weren't quite ready for it.
Right. This was my first tribe. And everybody was butt naked. They had spears on. They had body painting on, and I was a little shocked. And I put my stuff down in the room, and then I went to their community house, and I saw that they was eating monkey. And I was like, oh my God, this is, and everybody was eating monkey, and it seemed so like otherworldly. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen how people eat like this before. and it was a shock. It was a complete shock. But in the morning, I just went outside. I talked to people. They had a welcoming ceremony for me, so everybody just got together. Again, they butt naked. They danced. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I danced with them. They painted my body, and I just started walking around the village. But I was also impressed at how modernized they were at the same time. Yes, people don't show this on their YouTube videos, but the people there actually have phones now.
Really?
They have phones.
They get service all the way out there.
They have service because the government would come in and the government would give them these phones just to make sure that if anything happens, they can call out.
I see.
And also, they have a little landing strip for airplanes. It just barely gets used. But there's a landing strip.
Just in case.
Just in case, because the government built that landing strip during the COVID time. To bring in vaccines and medicine for these people. And every time they needed help from the government, they phone out, government would fly in. And the government would sometimes use their village as a base for monitoring the jungle against logging and you know, poaching and things like that. And, you know, I was walking around the village and I looked up and I see this one thing on the roof of this one young warrior. I'm like, is that what I think it is? What, is that a satellite dish? I was like, dude, that's Elon Musk's satellite dish. What's the name of it? I forgot the name for it.
Starlink.
Starlink. That's Starlink. How the hell did it get Starlink in here? Again, it's all from the government. And I stayed there for 1 week. People were so nice, and I loved the kids. I was the people there was very curious to see me. They've never seen Asian before.
Right.
They all call me Chino. Everybody in Latin America, they all call me Chino. They can't differentiate. It's just Chino, 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 Chino. And I was such a huge hit there because they have seen like white people. I'm sorry, but that's the word. They've seen white people with blonde hair before. They've never seen this type of look before.
Interesting.
So interestingly, the Waorani, the Amazonian people, they look kind of Asian. Black hair, their features of quite Asian in some way. The girls love me. I'm sorry, honey. The girls love me. It was so much fun. We run around with them, ran around. We played football with them. We went swimming in the river, and they share the food with me, which is incredible. Well, if you have any more questions about it, I'm more than happy to answer.
What kind of food did you eat there besides the coconut larvae and monkey, which was later, right?
Oh, yeah. The food there, people there, they eat a lot of banana, wild fruit, whatever they can gather in the jungle, they will eat that. Piranhas, yeah, like flesh-eating fish in the river. They taste pretty good. They actually taste like tuna.
How do they catch them?
Well, they would have like not fishing rod, but fishing lines, and then they would just throw it in the river. With some bugs or worms to catch it with, and they would have piranha or a cousin of the piranha. It's called paco. They would have that for breakfast, and they would cook it with some rice, or sometimes it's cassava. They eat a lot of cassava, and families they would keep chicken. I don't see pigs anywhere. I didn't see pigs anywhere. No cows, no big animals, only chickens. So a lot of that.
Where'd they get the rice?
I think they would go into town.
Which is quite a trip. So
Quite
they'd
a
have to
trip.
get a huge amount.
Yeah, so every
last
time
for a while.
Yes, exactly. So every time anybody goes into town, they would go around the village and it's like, "Hey, do you need something? Hey, do you need something?" And then you would go buy it and take it back to your community.
I see.
It was really
But
good.
they don't have money, right? They don't use money there?
The chief, not the how do you say? Only the chief and the
The chief has money.
The chief has money. He understands money. we think of them as primitive, but very rare that you would find still a primitive tribe. Everybody or actually got some contact with civilization.
I see.
Everybody has been civilized, in a way, but they still retain their roots and their traditions. Even in Africa, it's the same story. It's the modern world encroaching on their lives.
Right.
Right. It's a story that I see everywhere, and it's unavoidable. They also made this incredible drink. It's called chicha. And what it is cassava root. They mash it, and then the whole town would come, the whole village would come together, and they spit in it. Everybody would spit in that bucket of cassava roots. Everybody. You would spit in it, and you let it ferment. So the people...
That is interesting.
Those people have found a way to ferment the cassava roots. Okay? After 2 days, it's fermented now. You can drink it. And it's a source of energy. It's a source of nutrition. It's very rich. It's like probiotics, And I had this one girl, she made it for me. It was like a sour drink. It was good.
Interesting.
It was good.
Wow.
Yes, it's incredible.
Nobody gets sick from that.
No.
That's just because once it's fermented, all the germs or whatever are gone.
I think so, yeah. But they found this incredible way to make this drink. Ugh, incredible. Chicha is drunk everywhere in South America, but it's not made... Chicha. It's like a tea, but it's not made with spit like these Waoranis. So that is their most famous drink there. And also, they eat a lot of monkeys because monkeys is just everywhere over there.
They're plentiful.
Yeah, so plentiful. So we were there for like 2 days, and then they taught us how to use a spear because they prepped us, it was like they show us the tools, and they say, okay, we're going to go this area. We try to find some monkey. So in the morning of this, on the third day, we all packed and ready. I came out with my boots, right, with my pants, and I got mosquito spray on. I got my hat on. I got my scarf on to protect me from the mosquitoes and from the bugs and everything. I went outside my hut, and I see just a line of these warriors buck naked.
They didn't need all that.
No shoes, no hat, no whatever. Nothing at all. They had a little string that they tied their private parts, up and around the belly. That was it. I was like, you guys gonna run in the jungle like that? I'm like, it is what it is. So we got on the boat, and we went up the river again. We went up the river for like 45 minutes. And what was incredible was we were just traveling at high speed. Like, we were going so fast. And then the guy was like, the first guy, he stood up. He's like, stop. So we cut the engine off. And I was like, what is going on? And there's one guy, we have not a tour guide, but the guy that took us in. He said in Spanish, pig, boar, wild boar. They smell. I was like, what do you mean you smell?
They could smell it.
We're traveling at high speed in the middle of a huge river, and they can smell what? They can smell animal in the bush over there? I was like, pig. And then we just turned the boat around. And we went and we sent a warrior up. His name is Boyka or Baka or something. And then he went up. He saw the track. And it was like right away he found the track. I was like, how did you do this? So he just followed the track. He went in, but then he didn't see the pig. So I was like, nothing. So we went. And up the river. We were trying to look for some turtle eggs because turtle would lay eggs on the bank of the... we call it Amazon River, but it's a name for it. I forgot it. There was no eggs, so we went on again, and then we stopped at this location because they heard monkey call. So they pulled the boat over, so everybody just got on land. And oh my God, just to get from the boat to land, it was like we had to climb like this much up. It was so hard. So we went in, everybody was silent. We had 3 kids from the village that follow us, 4 warriors, and 1 older man. And the older man, he was just there for fun. He would just prefer to run around for fun. He had no spear. He had no blowpipe. And we went in, and right away, within the first 15 minutes, we saw a monkey. Like, they saw a monkey. I never saw anything. I look up, they're pointing, I don't see anything at all. They're there. Everybody's looking up. I'm like, then the kids are like, yeah. Mono, monkey. I was like, what monkey? And then, believe it or not, like, we chased after that monkey for like the first, let's just say, first hour. I saw no monkey. I saw nothing. What are you even chasing? So, but what was really impressive was these people, they ran in the jungle barefoot, right? And they ran with a speed, they ran so fast. I had everything. I had boots on, and I barely kept up. My brother was like lagging behind too, because down on the jungle floor, it's not just, leaves.
I would think their feet would be all cut up.
They're not.
They're
cut
just
up.
tough.
Yeah, and there are branches everywhere. There are thorns everywhere. There are ants that would bite you, insects and snakes and all kind of stuff. You would have this little swampy area with water. Then you got to go down ravine, up the ravine. It was crazy. So we chased after that monkey for like about 2 hours. 2 hours. And then the Waoranis, they use these blowpipes. It's about 3 meters, or like I would say 7 foot long blowpipes. And they would use these poisonous darts that they make from the curare vine. And curare is one of the most poisonous poisons we have. It's very deadly. They would scrape the outside of the curare vine, put in water. They would cook it. When it boils, it turns black, and they scoop out the very top layer of that poison to put on the tip of the darts, right? And the darts are palm thorns. Yeah, they are incredible. They are so resourceful. So before the hunt, the previous day, we spent probably 4 hours just making about 200 of these darts. And it was just incredible. They showed me how to do it from A to Z. And
did you have to be careful not to get it on your fingers and touch your face or anything?
I ate it.
It didn't hurt you?
No, I ate it. It's a how do you say? Okay, it's more like
it's poisonous when it goes in.
It's more like a, I wouldn't say venom, but it needs to go into bloodstream to work.
I see.
So if you eat it, you'll be fine. Don't eat too much. So they gave me a little to taste. It was so bitter. It was the most bitter thing I ever had. And yeah.
Imagine being the first person that went, I'm going to taste it.
Right, exactly. Like
who was that?
Who's the guy that came up with that idea? Or gal? Oh man, that was funny.
That's so interesting.
Yes, but it is extremely lethal. One of those darts can kill a human being. It's extremely lethal. Okay, so back to the hunt. So we followed this monkey for about 3 hours, and I was about to give up. I'm like, what are we doing? Are we gonna catch this? I'm like, man, I'm not gonna get any footage, and I was like, I was thinking about the video, selfishly, right? But at some point after 3 hours, they're like, after blowing a lot of darts, and they hit like maybe one or two, but the monkeys, they just kept jumping up there back and forth. So at some point it stopped, and then they sent a kid up. They sent a 12-year-old little kid to climb up the tree. The tree is over 100 feet tall, so tall. He climbed up. He didn't find a monkey, so he went back down. I was like, oh man, no monkey. So we went to find another monkey. So after 3 hours, nothing, right? Just to find some food, a little bit of food. So we went looking, and within like another 30 minutes, we found another monkey. This one is it's called a spider monkey. The one that we saw before was a brown monkey. So we chased that monkey around for like maybe 4 or 5 hours. It started raining again, so I was running around, like wet, naked, and cold. It's just, and after that again, they hit the monkey with about maybe 2 darts, and then it didn't fall. It's kind of stay in the upper branches, and it kind of get tired and it
You
died.
could tell it was getting weak. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of there. They saw it. I didn't see anything.
You still didn't see it.
I no, I saw nothing at all this whole time. I'm like, this is the biggest scam ever, and I paid to be here. I saw nothing at all, and then they sent that same boy up again. He was there, and then he shook the branches, and it fell down. And right away, you can see it just dropped, and I was like, oh my god, huge monkey, because it's a probably 20-pound monkey, like huge. And sadly, there was another baby attached to it. It was a baby mama
It was
and a
the
baby.
mama.
And one dart hit the baby in the leg, and one dart hit the mama in the ribs, like this. So as you can see, one dart could kill a monkey. So everybody celebrated. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of sad. I was like, oh my god. And then one of the warriors, one of the hunters, he just grabbed the baby, put it, around the string. That's gonna be his dinner. And then we got the monkey. We went back to the village, and that was our breakfast. But it showed me another way of life, and just how hard it is to be out there in the jungle, getting food and to feed family, and it gives me a perspective. Like, we're here, food is so readily available. Like, I don't even need to go over 5 minutes to get some food. It's right here. We go to a supermarket, food is there, aisles and aisle and aisle. But in the jungle, it is so hard. They could go many days without food. They would just drink water, or they would eat whatever, some larvae and stuff like that. It was incredible. I'm sure you're wondering, what the monkey tasted like.
I am.
So
if you can describe it, maybe you can.
Yes. So the traditional method of cooking the monkey in this area is they would first they would grab the monkey, throw it in the fire to burn all the hair off, right?
I was wondering about that hair.
And then the job of cooking belongs to the woman. They cook, the man hunt. So they would get a little bit of water from the river, bring it here, and after burning the hair off, they would scrape. They would have knives and rocks, and they would scrape the hair off, and then they would chop the monkey up and boil it. And they don't put any seasoning at all, so all 100% jungle flavor. So they boil that monkey probably 3 hours. But when we had a chance to taste it, it was very, very tough. It was the toughest meat I ever had.
It looked tough.
It was so tough. The taste was fine. Taste was just boiled meat, tastes great. I don't know if you ever had goat.
I don't think so.
It tastes a little bit like goat, I know, or really tough, dark chicken meat, but really, really tough. And the one guy, he handed me a tail.
There's a lot of chewing involved. You have to chew a lot to get it.
I couldn't even get the meat off.
That
was how tough it was. And the tail, he gave me a little tail section. It was still coiled up like this for the tail, so you got to untangle the tail and get. It was so tough to get the meat.
Oh, they eat the tail too.
They eat everything.
Everything.
Everything except the hair.
Yeah.
Try the brain. It was great. It's just
That
to
is
me
amazing.
it just tastes great because I've tasted a lot of crazy stuff in my life. So
That's really brave. All of that. There's so many courageous moments in your life. I would say you have a lot of courage.
I love it. I had it with the Waorani. They were all butt naked around me, and they share food together. And it's just one little monkey, but they fed the entire village. Like, we had about 70 people there, big village. But one monkey was enough. Everybody was getting a little piece, like one piece of chicken.
Tiny.
This tiny little piece of monkey. It was great.
But that was enough.
That was enough. Yeah, and they make soup. So the water that they boil it was soup for them.
Oh, monkey soup.
Monkey soup. It was
all right.
with cassava and spit chicha.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, that was my first tribe ever, and that was an incredible experience.
That must have been like eye-opening.
Eye-opening.
Yeah.
Eye-opening. And I love them. I would love to one day, maybe when I have kids, I would love to take my kids there. I know.
Oh, you're okay with that? I'm like,
It's a little bit crazy, but I love it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
shows gives you perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you have so many tools that we talked about today,
Right.
but the courage one I think is the biggest one, to just like do it. Not to be like Nike, but
Right.
you just like push through and you just say, well, if someone else did it before, I can do it. And
Exactly.
I don't know. If those people are tasting that monkey and they don't die, I guess I can taste it. If they're drinking that drink and they don't die, if they're eating that larva and they don't die, I guess I can have it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Is that kind of what it is?
That's what it is. That's exactly
your
it.
tool. I feel like the tool of the tribe, because I was thinking about the tribe and just how there's innovation, there's all kinds of things that they had to come up with over time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Somebody had to try it the first time, right?
Right, exactly.
Of the tribe. But it sounds like the community is their tool.
Exactly.
And we don't always have community in this polished, modernized
Such
life.
a great point.
We don't have community. And I think building community is an important way to end this.
Yes.
But because we all need community. So even if it's just with your next door neighbor, you make sure they're okay. If it's an older neighbor or, a young mother with kids, you check on them. You build community that way because we just are fragmented.
That's such a great point. Every tribe, when you think of tribe, you think of community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And what these people, they live in far corners of the world, but they rely on each other, right? They count on each other every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they build a house, the whole community comes to help them. They cook a meal, everybody comes. They catch something, they share with everybody. And I think that's such a great point. We don't think of it that way, but we all need community and friends.
Yeah. Kind of gives me chills to think about it. That is really what we're lacking.
Yeah, I think so too. Like in this day and age, we try to be, too individualistic. It's me.
Yeah.
But it's not always about that.
Yeah. We're hoarders. Hoarders of all of our stuff. We're just hoarding and hoarding.
We could hoard more community and friends.
I think that's there you go.
Family members. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sir Andy, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad I got to see you.
No,
it's
that's
such a
awesome.
treat for me. You have no idea. It does my heart good.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to be watching you. I think you'll probably write a book. You'll be a speaker. Who knows where you will rocket off to? I mean, you're just starting your life. So.
Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah.
I'm going to be watching you.
Oh, thank you. A lot of pressure from my teacher. But thank you for having me. I've met a lot of people. They're inspiring, and you're one of them. I think you're doing great something great with your life, with your time, and it's helping a lot of people. I can see that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait to see where you will be. Next year, in 2 years. Yeah. People are gonna love you, because I love you.
Aw, thank you. We're not close enough to hug, right? Big bear hug, monkey hug.
Very tight. That's funny.
All right. I love you. You take care of yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye from America Lost and Found.